Okay, we're going to do something quick, and it's going to be this, but more than this. So, a few whiles ago, I got two of those, and I tried to find one of the figures and didn't have much luck. So we'll see what we got so far. We have first up got someone with green, so I think that's Acorn Person. This was the first bag that I felt, and I was like, well, whatever. Acorns are cool, so I will get an acorn, and I did. And they've got like a little green thing. But having gone through some more bags, they're probably one of the most common ones to get. So they're not really a high priority if you're aiming to get the whole set, because you're going to get them whenever you need to get them. I think, I mean I could be wrong, but they do have a cool little hat. So I've just got to check that you can actually see what I'm doing, because everything is so weird with the camera these days. I did check, I have finally looked, because I've uploaded one of the videos with the adjusted camera, but I haven't actually published it because I keep forgetting to do that. But it's because I was going to publish it with the previous one. What is the little green thing for? You can't actually see that, which I thought was a bit depressing, so I thought I'd put them both together, and that way no one will watch the depressing one. But no one watches them anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. But this person has a really neat little green thingy, what's it, over here, and that can go there. I can't even remember when the last time I did a video. I think it was about 5 days ago. Not so good. So anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Acorn Person got them. It's all done, and so they do have this, which is actually I didn't even realize they had this. It makes the whole thing a lot better. But the acorn hat is actually really cool. I like the acorn hat. It feels like an acorn. So that's neat, and they've got like little rosy cheeks. It's not going to come out in the camera. I did look at it. That's what I was saying before, that I did actually look at the footage, and it was okay. It's fine. The new position of the camera is going to be acceptable. But this is actually really good. You get an extra little stick thing, plus you get what do you get? What's flashing? Nothing's flashing. You get an extra mushroom head, which I think is worth it. Because they're very cute and cool. So they're definitely like one of the cutest characters out of the whole lot. So this one here I think is an important one, because what happens in all of these things is that the costume characters always seem to end up being the ones that go first. So this seemed like a good thing to start off with, is try and get I don't have to undo that one. Try and get the costume characters, which of course are this one and this one. I guess you could call that I feel like, well, I don't know why I feel like that's a costume, because it's an outfit they put over the entire body. You can't see their head. But to get these two, I think I thought at the time would have been the highest priority, because there's always one. We've discussed this before, that people go through. She's got two very similar. No, she's crying in that one. Of course, because she's had too many jalapenos. There's always like one that someone's gone through and taken so that they can sell at a higher price. I don't know if anyone ever makes any money doing that, but they may. But this one was good because you get like a little milk canister thing, carton, and bases can go there. I didn't realize you're going to get their hair as well, but there's quite a neat character. Like, I think they are going to be quite popular. They're quite easy to find. They're not as cool as other. Obviously, they're not as cool because they're like chilies, but as other previous costume characters. But then I don't know, because I always miss out on getting at least one of the costume characters. So there she is. She's got like a flaming red hair. Which is pretty good, and this thing here. So that's that done. So you might think, well, that was a pretty quick video, but I actually went back to the shop. So the thing is, that's what I'm going to say before I say my story about going back to the shop. I thought, well, I want to get them both, so I'm going to go through all these bags, and this is in the shop that doesn't have them in their boxes, that takes them out, puts them all in a big pile, which is always the best bet for finding the rarest things, because people go into the shops and they know with the order that they're in the box, and so they go in and the first morning that the things turn up in the shop, and they go and pick out the ones that they want without even having to feel through the packets, and it's very annoying. But if you go to the shop where they put them all in a big pile, then you're likely to be able to find it. But try as I could not find Raccoon Person, and so I was a bit depressed. But I went back to a different shop where they do have them in boxes, and I got 3 more. So maybe we'll be lucky. I don't actually know about the cough, but I'm not going to. So yes, I am. Oh my gosh. We got, okay, I'm going to have to try and not talk so much. Why do I not have water sitting next to me? This always happens. I never think, it's because I don't do these videos often enough, I forget the basics, which is to have water next to me. Or I could get a camera where I could pause the recording. I could always do that kind of stuff. So anyway, we've got Horsey Pony Person, and they've got a carrot, and I think the carrot was the thing that gave it away, weirdly enough, like when you think about it. Actually, in her case, it wasn't. It was the hair, and she's also got cheeks. Look at that. Look at those. It was the hairpiece that gave it away. I'm like, what? You know, feeling this in a bag, you're like, what on earth is this thing? I had been hoping there was somebody else, and I'm going to get it in a second. So there you go, to get a carrot, it's pretty straightforward, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've had a pony of this size. So one of the animals is down, done and dusted. So there's quite a few animals in this one. There's that one, the toucan, and the husky, and the pony. So yeah, more than perhaps usual. So there's a good way of getting a whole army of ponies if you want them. So what else did we get? I got a few more, so I've got another one over here as well. So she's pretty cool. She was like the pony, and the top is really good actually. And the hairpiece is really cool. So she was worth getting. They're all worth getting. I'm quite excited. I quite like this series. I think this one's going to be a good one. I'm going to be honest. I almost thought this wasn't the one I thought it was. But anyway, I didn't have a bit of a build-up. But this is the one that I wanted. It's the Raccoon. I thought for a second it was this guy because the grey thing came out. So yeah, I've actually managed to find this, which is quite good. But then I've actually come to realise that maybe I made a mistake. Maybe these costume characters are not going to be the one that everyone's going for. It's going to be a slightly different character, and we'll talk about that just after we're finished building this. I kept looking for the tail when I was looking at this was the number one thing. I'm like, well, you've got to find this. You can't mistake feeling this in the packet. But I kept thinking in my head, all these other pieces that I've been feeling, maybe they were actually the tail, and that I'd actually found them several times, and it was just that I'd managed to only feel the tail. But they've got a cool. They look pretty good. They're pretty cool. Got a tail, and you get like a little bag for stuff, and you get a trash can, and you get hair, which is very much going to work very well as old person's hair. It's a bit weird actually that she's got grey hair. I mean, I guess it goes with her having red hair, but it seems uncharacteristic for an elderly lady to be dressing up as a raccoon. She could just be dyeing her hair, like, you know, it is quite popular these days to dye your hair greyish or silverish. But it's a bit strange, but that's cool. No one's going to be putting her here. I'm going to be putting that on somebody else. But now they have actually Vision needs that. That's what his hair should look like. Now that's the stuff. Finally cracked it. There you go. Alright, so we've done all that. We've got lots of plastic bags sitting on the table. We've got one more. I think I've got one more. Over here, underneath stuff. This one's not so exciting. But we have to kind of guess which one of these is likely to be sought after by people. Maybe not people who are trying to sell things off, but people who want them for particular purposes. And I didn't realise this at first because I could have got them the first time I went into the shop because I felt them a couple of times. But anyway, today we've got Toucan Person. Are they toucans? I don't know. but they're here and they've got lots of pieces. They're all quite good minifigures, aren't they? They've all got like they're double coloured. This one's got pockets on the side and the legs. The legs aren't really, for the most part, that exciting. In fact, they're the only ones so far to actually have any real detailing on their legs. But other than that, they've got like bicolour arms, and they've got like a watch thing, and they've got a very elaborate hat. So far they're going pretty good. I forgot their little bag thing. All right, put that on. I can't remember how these things go on. How do these things go on? Oh, you have to go like that, don't you? And there, and got to have the hat on. She's got two faces. One's looking, I like that one better actually. She's looking a little bit unimpressed. So there we go, and we get this is my first toucan type bird. I used to have a rubber nose thing for this kind of thing that you wear on your face. I remember that. I think I may still have it somewhere. It was a silly thing to have. Right, and she's got a spare pair of glasses. So I've got quite a few of the female characters, haven't I? So the one that I think I should have got is the alien, because the alien has this classic space person chest area thing. And so people are buying them so that they can make a fully purple classic space person, and I didn't really think about that, of course, because I'm not the person who's going around building that kind of thing. So I think they're probably going to be the hardest one to get, and I had the opportunity to get them. And I've seen some people collecting this one for like an army or something. This one's pretty good for huskies. I've got quite a few huskies though. So those ones are what I've got so far. So how many female characters do they get? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not too sure about them. They're like a little weird pixie person, and elf, not like tree elf, like tree spirit type thing. I don't know. They're like, I don't know. They're weird, but they're cool. Like, I just think they're going to be speaking in some sort of Dutch or German accent. So we've got them. So what are the ones that I really want to get next? Well, probably this guy or person with a little robot thing, and that one, because they look kind of neat and they have a husky. And then the other ones, not so excited about. Like, I'd have to get the alien one. This one I do want to get because he's got like the cool sort of Paralympian wheelchairy thingy, and it's very appropriate for the time of the year, because soon the Paralympics will come up, the Winter Paralympics will come up, and then I can feel. But then they wouldn't be doing that in the winter ones. I don't even know. I don't pay any attention to any Olympics, so I don't really know what happens in any of these things. But I was paying attention for some reason for the Olympics, other than the political backdrop. But there was something about, and the fact that they're using only artificial snow. But anyway, I can't remember anything about that. But she's the least excited. I'm the least excited about her. I'm just going to say it out straight right now. That will be the last in the series if I can be bothered. I feel like she's going to be very easy to get. I keep finding her in the packets, annoyingly thinking, oh look, it's the side of the trash can, but it's not. It's the side of this thing. This guy I thought about getting because he's got like the cool little loot and some coins. They're worth it, they're just kind of quirky. She's kind of interesting, but I don't know if that's excited about it. But I probably will get, like, I'm more excited to get her than her, to say that, to be honest. But I think I've got most of the really exciting ones. So definitely, probably, or definitely, and I guess whatever. Probably whatever. So I don't know, like, I'm not an ice skating fan. It's very impressive. People do very impressive things in ice skating, but it's just not for me. I do like ice skating. I just don't like watching people do it. I just find it tedious. But it's just got nothing exciting. You know, I've got ice skates in some places. What's a he? There you go. Look, I'm showing my implicit biases and assuming that they were a she, because I hadn't really paid any attention. Mainly because they had blonde hair. I just assume automatically. But I mean, they could be interesting, I suppose. Maybe. Like, what's going on with their arms? Well, I suppose their arms are the interesting things. They've got like this sort of sparkly arm sequins on their arms. So, yeah. I mean, to be honest, if I get everybody else, I'm going to end up getting that one. And that one's going to be super easy to find, because nobody else is going to go for that one straight off, unless they're like they want to make a classic space person with sequin arms. Who knows? They could. But thanks for watching, and I'll be making more videos. I'm getting better at it. I'm making at least one a week, which is what I wasn't doing for a couple of weeks. So we're getting there. Thanks for watching. Look at that. It looks great. We have to bring it up close. It's not going to focus. Focus! There we go. That, I think it's focusing. It's focusing. Very good. I didn't even talk about the fact that I went to see Dune 2 days ago. I was going to talk about Dune. So I'll do that in my next video, which will probably be a friend set, which I had sitting on the floor somewhere, but I've lost. Thanks for watching. Bye.